Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Wednesday the 13th of November 2019, and we're covering the announcement made by President Trump in a speech which has slightly re-energized both the gold and silver markets. But it may only be temporary. So let's investigate. We have seen, really since the 2nd of November, both gold and silver prices fall, primarily as the US economy appears at least to be holding up better than expected, and the concerns over China, the Middle East, and other issues which cause the feared demand for gold and silver to have abated. Now, in addition, with the US dollar strengthening a little, but recent interest rate cuts feeding through the system, we have seen all-time US stock market highs, sucking investment out of the gold and silver markets. Well, this was until the last 12 or so hours. Giving a keynote speech at the Economic Club of New York, President Trump again succeeded in dampening down the certainty of a US-China trade deal. These were his words, quote, "They are dying to make a deal. We're the ones that are deciding whether or not we want to make a deal. We're close. A significant Phase 1 trade deal with China could happen. Could happen soon. But we will only accept a deal if it's good for the United States and our workers and our great companies," unquote. He then added that he would raise tariffs on Chinese goods, quote, "very substantially," unquote, if China does not make a deal with the United States. And to add icing to his cake, he stated, quote, "and that's going to be true for other countries that mistreat us too," unquote. Well, the result of this has to some extent buoyed the gold and silver markets, in spite of the dollar index strengthening a little this morning. At the time of writing, gold is up around $9 at $14.64, and silver is up 14 cents at $16.91. And of course, the more doubtful the possibility of such a trade deal occurring, the higher these prices will rise. Now, our view at this stage is that it's primarily political posturing and, frankly, Trump's traditional approach to negotiation. Threaten Armageddon if you don't do a deal we like. And we also know, however, that he is capable of walking away from a deal, though with the impeachment inquiry about to hear public testimony, some good news will be important to him. Now, moving forward, however, it's also important for us to be aware that Fed Chair Jerome Powell is giving testimony before the Congressional Joint Economic Committee today, and also to another committee tomorrow, and no doubt he will voice some concerns over the recent increase in violence in Hong Kong amongst economic events closer to home, though this will all be couched within the generic terminology of slowing economic growth, geopolitical risk, and the end of the midterm cycle easing of interest rates, unless severe adverse data should arise. Now, we recently highlighted that another support of the demand for gold and its price has been the significant inflow of funds into gold ETFs in the last quarter. And if you haven't seen that video, we've placed a link in the description box below. Now, that said, and we cannot place too much store by this, but it is worth acknowledging that the world's largest gold-backed exchange-traded fund, SPDR Gold Trust, actually fell yesterday to its lowest level since the 20th of September. Now, whether this is a sign of things to come is too early to tell, and there are undoubtedly tailwinds still around, ensuring that gold and silver at least have moderate support levels. But once again, if President Trump sorts out China, so both get a satisfactory deal, and other trade negotiations go well, then the fear trade in gold and silver will again dissipate, and precious metal prices will fall further. If, however, little of this is achieved, then we may very well be close to the bottom of their short-term price range. Now, we suspect the former will be the case, but in this rather topsy-turvy, unpredictable political environment, either option is equally likely to occur. Now, finally, before we go, we have also produced a video yesterday entitled Institutional Investors Support Another Equity Bull Run, where we highlighted that fund managers' cash levels dropped in November to their lowest level since 2013, as investors grew more optimistic on global growth. The case was put forward for increasing stock market levels, especially the US markets. And if you haven't listened to that video podcast, once again, we've placed a link in the description box below. Thank you for listening, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to this channel, not forgetting to press the bell sign, and comment as to whether you agree or disagree with us and any additional information you may wish to add. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative. And if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer. Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.